Welcome in, Hawks fans. It's your boy Bryce Lewis back at it again for another Believe in Hawks episode. And not the night we wanted tonight, but it happens. I brought my boy A1, Chris. Welcome back to the show, my guy. Obviously, we both watched what we just seen. How you feeling right now?
Well, of course, pridefully, because all about these Atlanta Hawks, but in my pride is a little hurt. You definitely didn't want to give Washington their first win, especially in your stadium, in your arena. So that's definitely a letdown, especially considering the fact that the Hawks really, I feel like in the first half, they kind of had this game in hand. Washington battled back. They jumped out to an early lead. Washington battled back. And Washington really kept it close. I feel like Washington did a good job of keeping it close. You really don't like to see that, especially in the third quarter. I feel like the third quarter back-to-back games now have kind of been like an Achilles heel. But ultimately, though, I think this one stings the most right now, just because the Hawks won a lot of categories again tonight, and it just wasn't able to pick up the victory. I'm saying, as a unit, as a collective unit. I know we're going to get into a few players and everything like that. So, but yeah, ultimately, I feel like this is one you kind of just let get away. And again, like you just said, it happens.
Yeah, 82 game season, man. I always say you're gonna lose teams you don't want to lose to. You go beat teams you think you shouldn't beat. It's just part of it. It's a long grind, guys. So no reason to panic. Just
right.
let you know. Just it's a long season. Now we get into some of the numbers. Wizards shot 48% from three tonight. Obviously, if a team is shooting almost 50% from three, that makes it really tough to win. Hawks had 16 turnovers, especially 10 in that third quarter, which really doomed them. Hawks only shot 72% from the free throw line, missed 10 free throws tonight. Again, rearing its head once again. Just those easy points. They hit 3 more of those, they win this game, right?
I'm telling you.
Because realistically, early in the game, Hawks defense creating turnovers. They were able to get Washington slowing them down, everything. And then it just
got them into turnovers, everything. It was great, man. It was great. They started off it was a superb start. And that was exactly what you wanted to see, a fast start from the Atlanta Hawks coming off of a back-to-back, matchup. And they started off great. Even when Washington started to come back, I think the Hawks still did a good job of just still keep inching away. And they had the lead at halftime. Again, it just came down to that third quarter, just like you reading off the numbers. We won so many categories: the points in the paint, the fast breaks, bench points. My goodness, points off turnovers. We won all those categories, but we just was unable to pick up the W. And again, that's when it stings, because if you look at the categories and you be like, okay, well, they lost here, they lost there, they lost there, everywhere. You know what I'm saying? But the difference is kind of like what you just highlighted, the 3-point percentage. The Hawks shot 34, 35%, if I'm not mistaken, maybe 37%. But either way it goes, the point is 48% from three. You can't beat anybody in this league like that. I don't care who it is, if it's the Detroit Pistons or the Washington Wizards, obviously. So it's just like, you're not going to beat no NBA team like that. So that's definitely shooting yourself in the foot. You can't have that, Bryce.
Yeah, you can't at all. Like I said, Trey had his worst game in a while for a lot of people tonight. It was good to see Jalen get out of his slump. That was obviously really good to see. Obviously waiting for him to kind of get his confidence and get him right where he needs to be. But also, we also had injury news. Vic Krejci.
That hurt too.
Missed the rest of the game. And now if you're the Hawks, you have no point guard that you legitimately trust on this roster. Because let's be honest, as much as I like Keaton, Quinn don't trust him. Quinn does not look ready for this situation. And that Cody Zeller,
doesn't have enough body of work, enough equity in the team.
Exactly. And then Cody Zeller, that situation is screwing them right now. Cody Zeller. Because he still has a roster spot on this team.
He does.
And if you get rid of him, you can fill that backup point guard position, but you can't right now. And because so I wonder if, depending if Vic's going to be out, does that make them just say, we need to get a buyout done? We need to get something done with Cody? Because you're basically what? You're basically playing Trae Young 40 minutes a night because you don't have anybody who could run the offense. They've done some Jalen kind of be basically the point guard of the offense and just have him run it. And then they'll try to give him like a Dyson out there or something just to give him another ball handler. But I mean, if you're having to go through all of that to try to be able to run the offense when Trae is gone, that's a problem. There are some guards out there, quality guards that you can bring in to help that situation. But the only thing they could do right now is get rid of Cody Zeller. And that's going to be a situation that a lot of Hawks fans are going to keep an eye on now that Vic Krejci is hurt. So, and obviously, the injuries are.
What was the diagnosis? Because I did miss the diagnosis. Was it a groin or anything?
They didn't say a groin. I don't have the exact terminology. I want to say it was like a right. Let's see if the Hawks Twitter account tweeted it out.
So I know that was quite interesting because how he was like walking off the floor, like it was almost like it was a groin.
Yeah, it was kind of like a groin injury, basically. Because he played a little bit.
Right. Oh, it's the right abductor injury. Yep. It's a right abductor injury.
Right
okay.
Abductor. Yeah, because he played after that a little bit. Then he came out the game still bothered by it, and then just never came back. So obviously,
it was hurting him, man. He probably couldn't get that real push off. And then even if he was getting pushed off, I guarantee you it was probably like stinging him. And it's just like, I don't need to do that, because you really keep on running and playing on that, you will cause it to hurt even more, and even longer, So shout out for giving it a go. But we the Hawks are going through some injuries right now, guys. They really are. What it do? How y'all feeling? Yeah, man. But like I said, man, it's tough right now. Tough sledding for the Hawks. They're not healthy. So you got to take that in consideration. And now we have literally no backup point guard, something that we touched on coming into the season anyway, about Bufkin not being available again. And you have to roll in with Veet. Now, to your point, like this, you have no Veet and you have no Kobe. That's tough, bro, to start off the season like that. And now you're putting extra pressure on your point guard, Trae Young, to play even more minutes. You're going to have to switch things up. Since JJ, he's going to be bringing up the ball. You're going to have your best ball carriers, ball handlers, bringing the ball up, period, going forward. But you need to search for a quality backup, seriously, because you don't want this to start snowballing and getting out of hand so fast. Like, okay, you started off 2-0 and now you're 2-2. And I've been already hearing the whispers. It's already a little chirping, like same old Hawks. So I don't want to be the same old Hawks.
Yeah,
so
man. Yeah, I mean, the thing too is that right now the Hawks are going through an easy stretch of their schedule, right?
Right.
And then after Wizards, they play Kings, Pelicans, Boston. I think there's another good team in there. They play good teams coming up. And so you need to kind of first need bodies, clearly. You need to get healthy. That's all. I think Okongwu will be back Wednesday. I think that this was just a management thing. So
it was for the big coach.
DeAndre, we don't, he has knee issues every year. I don't know if this is a week to week thing. I don't know what that is. They just say he's questionable every report. They said they're going to take their time with Bogey. They're not going to rush him back. Obviously, he played at the Olympics this past summer. It's funny, I've had conversations with people who kind of weren't in love with that he played just because of these situations. Obviously, Kobe, we still haven't gotten an actual timeline for what his length of time out is going to be. And then we got to see how long Vic Krejci is going to be out. And, it's just a tough situation. But I want to ask you about the game.
Okay.
Let's talk about just the offense. Because I made a point about it. And I said, the one thing they're trying to do is have more motion, more passing, more ball movement. You could tell they're passing, right?
Right.
But the thing about that as well is you have to have crisp ball movement, smart decisions. And I think what you're going through with this is that, yes, when we are passing the ball and we're getting good looks, it looks beautiful. But you've
Mhm.
also seen the downside of that in the Oklahoma City game, in tonight's game, where it can get sloppy if you're not making good decisions.
Right.
And that has really, that's what gets teams back into games, or that's what teams take advantage of. Because if you can stop the
Mhm.
Hawks from running, if you can stop the Hawks from getting in a flow, then the offense starts to bog down. And then with the injuries, it's not like you have shot makers right now or a ton of shot makers. And shout out to the bench. They've contributed.
Yeah.
Harrison, Roddy, they've gave you something. They've gave you
Back-to-back
more
game.
minutes tonight as well. So my question is, what is your take on the offense so far that you've seen through the first 4 games, especially going into the night? Because we've seen some positive, but we've also seen sometimes where it seems bogged down.
Yeah, and I think that also comes from when the what they call them, the non-Trey minutes. That also comes from that as well, because not having somebody who can lead the offense when Trey is off the floor. We if you notice, we're in a flow of the game Trey is in, especially to start. Every single game we have been in a flow, but as soon as he goes to sit down, it seems like, okay, well, which one of y'all want to bring the ball up? Or which one of y'all want to run the offense? You don't have that legit guy who can depend on. I mean, Veet is cool, but we know that Veet's not a point guard. So you're still lacking in that area. So now you have to get creative. And it's just sometimes with you being creative, guys are getting confused out there. Okay, like what position should I be going in? You're removing the ball. And if you notice too, you also do see times where guys are just standing around. There is no motion. There is no movement. Guys are standing around, and the ball goes up, whether if it's on either side of the ball. But we're talking about the offense. The ball to go up, it'd be limited guys crashing, or it's not always maximum effort. Like, for example, you may see, let's say, three plays in a row. 1-2 plays, you see guys, not crashing the boards, and then finally on the last possession, you'll see a guy go crash the board and everything like that. Because it's just like, yeah, you missed the last 2. That's what I'm saying about giving maximum effort. I think if the the Hawks can give more of maximum effort, it would actually improve their chances of scoring on offense with Trae Young off the floor. We were not worried about Trey being, when he's on the floor, you see the rhythm, you see the flow. But guys are going to have to start stepping up. You see, tonight is a prime example, bro. If Trey is off of it, like, I'm saying, Jalen has to step up, which he did. 29 points. He had a double-double. And honestly, I'm saying, that's what you want to see. But other guys have to step up all the way around on offense and defense. If that doesn't happen, if you're turning the ball over, because Trey even still had 6 turnovers tonight. So you have to be more efficient with the ball regardless, as a team, as a whole. And we don't always see that, bro. We don't always see that want to. We don't always see that maximum effort. We don't always see it, and it's hurting the Hawks. It's hurting the Hawks at the wrong time. It'd be timely stuff, because I don't want to say that the Hawks are just giving away points, but it's timely points, timely possessions, timely threes, timely blocks, timely fouls. And it's just all going against the Hawks right now. That's what I believe, not trying to go too far for what we was talking about. But yeah, that's ultimately, though, about being bogged down. We don't have a backup right now at all, legit. And honestly, guys are out there kind of confused on who's going to take the ball, who's going to move around, and what their assignments are to do.
Yeah, and the thing is, it's funny. Tonight actually was the best they've played when Trey wasn't off the floor tonight.
Absolutely, I agree with that.
And that's good. Like I said, I think they went a lot more just like Jalen running it, and then Jalen was scoring the ball, so that helped.
Right.
But I mean, it definitely is an issue that they have to work on moving forward and try to fix. Obviously, too. Here's the thing, too. If you've looked at the Hawks schedule, I don't think they're going to have 2 days off for a while. A lot of their games are 1 days off. You're playing again. I think Bob said it tonight. They played 9 games in 14 days starting tonight. So, like, in terms of being able to just work on this in practice, there really is no time. You're pretty much either traveling or you're basically doing like a film study in the morning, maybe a walkthrough late, and then you're just going and playing.
That's it.
And so and that's the grind of the NBA season. That's just, how things go. And like I said, but it's also maybe I think can exasperate those injuries even more because now it's like you don't have 2 days. It's just like, all right, let's see what he looks like in 2 days. And then maybe we have another 2 days and you can kind of figure things out. It's, hey, about a day after this, we got to get ready. And then because they're going through the same basically schedule this week. They play Wednesday, they play Friday, then they have a back-to-back Sunday, Monday. So, which they play Pelicans Sunday, Boston on Monday. So like
that's tough on a team. That's tough on any team, especially a team that's dealing with injuries to some of its best players. You don't think we could have used Bogut tonight or last night? You don't think we could have used Buffkin to give Trey a little bit of extra time and try to see if he can navigate the offense? It's just like, Hunter, regardless, if you don't think we could have used him at least on the defensive end. So it's a tough stretch, bro. It's a tough stretch. And honestly, that's another reason why these wins right here, you have to pick them up because, like you just said, we have a tough sled ahead. You know what I'm saying? We have a tough sled ahead. So losing game, OKC, I still feel like you could have got them. I just feel like you didn't finish. And in this game right here, you also didn't finish. You climbed back into it. Yes, but no moral victories in that. You didn't finish. So you gotta be able to start knowing how to win as a team. That's something I think the Hawks are still trying to figure out, how to consistently win as a team. The first 2 games, of course, was cool, but you already know, Bryce, every game you play, that's more film. That's more film. That's more film. So you're going to have to be able to execute your offense more and more the deeper you get into the season. It's only 4 games in. No need to over-exaggerate, but it is some concerns just because the Hawks are going down with injuries and significant ones to significant players that help us on both ends of the floor.
Yeah, definitely, and everything like that. Want to take a pause real quick. We have 67 people watching the live right now. Appreciate all you guys tuning in to Believe in Hawks right now, man. First live stream for the podcast on the 100th episode, by the way. This is 100th Believe in Hawks. So,
hey, shout out to you, brother.
Appreciate you guys for all the support through it all, man. So we can keep it going. Definitely chime into the conversation and comment. We definitely want to hear from you guys for sure. Absolutely. But Chris, what do you think about Larry Nance tonight? I think he played pretty well. Hit some good big threes tonight. Larry Nance, man.
Man, let me tell you. So I on the recap with T Will earlier, I said, where the hell is Larry Nance? Like, I was just like, I don't understand. We've seen him in the preseason. He gave you energy. He did a little bit of everything. Points, defense, rebounds, blocks, you know what I'm saying, all that stuff. He even got like a steal or something like that in the preseason. So it's just like effort guys. That's why like David Roddy, Larry Nance Jr., shooting like effort guy. Garrison Matthews, my goodness, like who are you right now? Because he's been shooting the ball lights out, but he's also given extra effort on the defensive end. More than I can say what he did last year, in my opinion, so far. Man, it's just like you like guys like that. But Larry Nance, he's one of those guys that he's going to earn playing time. And I'm sorry if he takes other people's playing time. It is what it is. You want the best players on the floor, the players that have that want to, the players that can knock down shots, the players that's going to communicate. Because Larry Nance, when he's on the floor, he's talking, move up, over here. But you want communication. Okay, that's what you want from players on the court, man. You want that. And Larry Nance, I salute you, my brother. Honestly, the Hawks are down by a lot more if Larry Nance isn't just around just doing utility work. I think that's, it's a good word to use for what he came in and did. He gave you a little bit of everything. And it was a bright spot for the Hawks tonight. And I believe it's something that the Hawks need to look into moving forward against certain lineups. You got to get Larry Nance some playing time. He's a veteran. You need that on the court. He knows how to play the game the right way. He's not going to take bad shots, and he's going to give effort. I enjoyed Larry Nance today. Enjoyed David Roddy for the second game again today. Effort players, man.
Yeah.
Effort players.
And the thing is, I've said that this Hawks team is better equipped to deal with injuries because they have guys. We have a decent player who can come in and still give you something. Right. And I think here's the thing. Clearly, with the Kongu management of the toe, that clearly tells you there's going to be other games he's going to miss this year just because of that. Just for management reasons, right? And so that's why I think it's important to have guys like Larry Nance, because that means, hey, Larry, even though you may not be playing if Clint and Okongwu are playing, you're going to play this season because there's going to be games where we are going to sit Clint or we're going to sit Okongwu. And I'm sure some people may want to see the Okongwu Larry Nance front court, just see what it looks like. Obviously, small front court, but people may want to see what it looks like because that's your front court that can score the ball, stretch the floor, do better pick and roll stuff. That seems
free throws.
Exactly. That is hey, Clint hit some free throws late in that game. 3 or 4 in clutch 3-throw situation. Okay.
Yeah.
Usually he can go 1 and 4 there. So
but that's what I'm saying. Just that flip of a coin, you know what I'm saying? I mean, my goodness, it just like I feel more confident with Okongwu and Larry Nance at that foul line. I think we all can agree on that.
Absolutely, man. But he did some good things tonight. Like I said, David Roddy did some good things tonight. Garrison's been really good the last few games.
Yeah.
He's just been doing what he's supposed to do. They said, listen, we just need you to be able to shoot. The man said, okay. And he's shooting. I mean, and he's tenacious on defense, tries to get in position for charges. He puts an effort on that side of the court too. So, Absolutely. Garrison's been really good for the team. And I think that's what's also been tough is that you're getting production from those extra guys. It's not like, okay, I'm not getting bench production. It's the starters who I think the last 2 games have let the Hawks down.
Absolutely.
I think, obviously, like Trey having his worst game tonight. I mean, Dyson's an interesting player because
JJ last night.
Exactly. I think, Clint's not going to give you something crazy. So you pretty much know out of the 4 guys you need, and then even Ricochet, right. Which I just think he's still figuring things out.
He's only 19, bro.
At some point, he's going to find his rhythm, and he's going to be able to play and have that breakout game. It's a process, and that's the thing about this team that I've said multiple times. This is a process. It is a journey. It's not going to happen game 4 of the season. There's 78 games left, everybody. You got to just see how things go. You really can't make a true determination on a team till the first quarter of the season is over. I say there's 4 quarters, Chris, of the season. There's up to Christmas, there's Christmas to All-Star break, and then there's that home stretch to the playoffs. And then not every team gets to participate in the 4th quarter because that's the playoffs. So you really won't know what this Hawks team is until we get to Christmas. And because that's when people start thinking about, okay, do we start thinking about making a trade for the trade deadline? Things of that nature, right? Mm-hmm. And so I think that, first, anybody who's making a full judgment about the Atlanta Hawks right now are just jumping to conclusions and pushing a narrative because we have not basically seen this team healthy. So we actually have no idea what this team looks like at full strength. We have no clue what this team looks like at full strength, in cohesion with each other, playing with each other. We don't know what that looks like, And so we have to wait and see what that does look like. It just sucks that injuries is rearing its ugly head again early in this young season. But give me your impressions on Dyson. Obviously, defensively, we know what he has done. I know offensively he hasn't been, great. Listen, I've always said I'm not expecting Dyson to drop 16, 18 every game. All right. We know what his impact is. We know what he's brought in here for. But what is your impressions of Dyson Daniels up to this point?
Honestly, to be honest, it's everything that I really already knew what he was going to do. Like, he was going to come in here, he was going to take on the best players, he was going to play, great defense, and he's coming in here and doing it. The plus is he's coming in and giving you at least 7 a game. You know what I'm saying? Like that, 7 is the lowest amount that he scored. I know he scored 11 tonight. He hit a big 3 toward the end of the game to give the Hawks an opportunity to possibly to have it at the end. So at the end of the day, that was a timely 3 from an unlikely source.
Mm-hmm.
And, you got to take that into consideration. Again, he's not going to drop 15, 16 points every game. That's not what he's here for. If he gives you that, then guess what? That's a plus, and you take that. But he's here to be a defender. He's here to be scrappy, get easy points. And the thing about it is he has the green light to shoot. If he's open, they want him to shoot the ball. Mm-hmm. And that's cool. You know what I'm saying? He's still gaining his confidence as well because he didn't have none of this in New Orleans. It wasn't enough basketball to go around for Dyson Daniels. So now he's in a different situation. He's really kind of learning offense kind of like on the job in a way.
Yeah,
Again,
he does some good things.
right. So I'm enjoying Dyson so far. I want him to keep on playing, keep on being confident. Hopefully the coaching staff continues to breathe life into him, and he can continue to for the Atlanta Hawks. Man, I'm enjoying Dyson Daniels. I don't have a problem with it. He's starting everything. Like I don't have a problem. It's just we just gotta go ahead and start winning together and putting together more wins. That's all it is.
Yeah, definitely. Like I said, he's tasked with guarding the best teams, the offensive player, and creating turnovers and creating opportunities. Obviously the 3-point ball is something he's worked on. Like I said, it's not gonna be pretty every night. I mean, listen, I don't know if you've seen the Anthony Edwards video. You seen
Yeah,
it? Yeah, he
yeah.
said, listen, you can't be good all 82. He said, hey, not even me. Because he's right. You ain't gonna be great
You're
all
right.
82.
You're
You're
not.
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 So
The thing is, Jordan had bad games during 82 game season. Same thing with Bron. Every great player will have Kobe. Everybody has had bad games. You're not going to be perfect. And tonight, unfortunately, Trey had his bad game. Hopefully, moving forward, he won't have that. At the end of the day, though, Bryce, guess what? At the end of the game, you still was able to get the ball into your best player's hand and had a chance to at least tie or win.
Mm-hmm.
Even with all that going on, even with 21 3-pointers from OKC and shooting almost 50% from three, you still had an opportunity to win. And outside of that OKC game, and I'm just so a flip of a coin with that one, just because you had OKC. It's just you just didn't finish. But anyway, you've been close in every game. You've been in every game, and you've been able to take care of business. Saying to a capacity. So it's not like we're 0-4. Like the Hawks can win games. They just have to continue to get that camaraderie together, to continue to be able to work together, and come together as a team. Get that team. This team still is learning how to win together. Trey can be fine because he's a veteran, but regardless, as a team, they're still learning how to win together. A lot of moving pieces, a lot of new pieces. A lot of guys that we didn't even think was going to be here is here. Like Larry Nance, like David Roddy. But I'm glad that we have guys like that.
Yeah, because they're important for a long grind of the season that is coming up and things that are coming our way as this season is going to have its twists and turns and things are going to happen. And that's just part of the process. That's part of the season. That's part of the grind in the NBA. So definitely have to keep an eye on that moving forward. What has been your impressions? Obviously, early impressions of just Quinn, how he's done rotations, how he's handled the injuries. What are you seeing from that? Obviously, I know he's been barking a lot at refs.
Yeah. I was going to say he's more vocal. I will say he's a little bit more vocal. I still want to see a little bit more, of course. What I'm saying, going out for the guys and everything. I know you can only do so much, but rotation wise, I can't say Quinn has done a bad job because he doesn't have his full squad. So, so it's sometimes where he may have to play Trey a little longer. But the thing about this that he's trying his best to get Trey rest. He really is. Like tonight was like the longest stretch probably since like game 2, maybe. That Trey was like just sitting on the bench, for a while, getting some rest because he knows his star point guard is playing a lot of minutes. You don't want him to wear down early in the season. So Quinn, I really can't jump on him. He's doing the best that he can with the lineup that he has, and guys are still going down. So he's doing the best that he can. I want to see what Quinn can do with this lineup when we're at full strength. So right now, I'm not going to jump on Quinn. He's doing the best that he can. He's giving guys opportunities to play. I feel like everybody's getting ample opportunity to play that's within the rotation and that's earning playing time. And you're just seeing like what they can really do. But again, you're doing the best that you can. You're down your backup point guard and your emergency backup point guard. And you still went out there and found a way to scare the Wizards and possibly almost and had a chance at the end to win the game or at least send it to overtime. And I'm not mad at Trey for going for the win. I mean, my thing is he that shot banks off the backboard and banks in. Ain't nobody got nothing to say about Trey's night. Only thing people will remember was, hey man, he hit the bank shot to win the game. So, take everything with a grain of salt. It's only 4 games in, bro.
Yeah, long season, 78 to go, man. Plenty of time to go. I think, like you said, you've seen some good things. I think, defensively, I think you see at times them playing really good defense. Obviously, in the first half, I mean, Wizards, they late into that second quarter, I don't even think cracked 40 points yet. So, right. I mean, they the thing with the Hawks defensively is that they have moments where they play really good defense. Mm-hmm. Then they have moments where they have that quarter. And the NBA is a different game because of the 3 ball where right. You can be good and a team gets hot from 3 and now you give up a 40-point quarter and you're like,
right.
That's why comebacks happen.
To your point on that, as far as like the quarter, sometimes it's the possessions within the quarter too. Like just like when I was talking about earlier, you can have 3 possessions. You going light on one possession, then you go hard on another one, then you kind of go half speed. You have to go full throttle.
Still there, Chris? Well, it seems like we lost Chris for a second here, but what he basically, I get a sense for where he was going with that. Basically, just basically.
All right, I'm back. Nah, man, you know how StreamYard do, man.
Yeah, you good.
But no, I would just. But that's basically I was basically at my point anyway. But yeah, that StreamYard threw me all the way off. Sorry about that.
Nice.
Continue with yours.
Happens to the best of us.
Man, I'm telling you, man. Your StreamYard, y'all better watch out. Y'all better hope I don't come out with like A1 yard or nothing like that. Cause I ain't gonna lie, I'm taking your customers. I'm telling you that right now. Yeah. Anyway, my bad. Believe in Hawks. We talking about Hawks. Let's get back on schedule. My bad.
You funny, man.
Hey man, you gotta keep some personality going on here.
That's it's very important. It's very important, my brother. It's very important. You know what I'm saying? We gotta show people, hey, where you been to, man? We talk about the same thing.
Oh yeah, for sure. We got live.
Outside of this, man, we be talking crazy.
You don't want to see the text threads. My goodness.
Okay. Nah, shout out to everybody in the text thread, man. Shout out to everybody.
Shout out to all the bros, man.
Yes, sir. Obviously, thank you for joining us for Believe in Hawks right now. We are up to 99 viewers on the live right now. Definitely appreciate you guys tuning in, talking Hawks with us at the very moment in time. Like I said, coming up, we got Wizards back in Washington, the 2-game set. Obviously, again, Okongwu expected to be back. We'll see if anybody else can join in. We'll see if we get an update on Vic Krejci's status before we go into Friday, I believe, against the Kings. So, just right now, Chris, where we are 2-2, obviously the Wizards game, losing that game was not great tonight. What's something that you want to see moving forward from a player or the team that you think will be needed, especially if we continue to have these injuries?
I said it before and I'm gonna say it again, bro. 48 minutes of maximum effort. 48 minutes of maximum effort. No team will be able to score 120, 110 points if you're making everything tough. I've seen so many times tonight the Hawks making it tough for them. But I also seen in that third quarter, really the second half. First half, I feel like the Hawks was making it tough. Second half, I feel like they got a little lackadaisical. I feel like they got a little lax. And next thing you know what I'm saying, they start taking off. You start seeing the Wizards taking off.
Rocking threes.
Right, bro. And it was like unlimited. You start seeing guys you never heard of before just dropping threes. And you hear what they did before the Hawks. 2 for 7 from 3. And then all of a sudden, next thing you know, you 3 for 5 tonight.
Yeah, Chet Holmgren in Oklahoma City, he was 0-10 and then hit like 3 threes. And it's just like, I don't know why the Hawks are the team that everybody gets right against, but
yes, it's like I don't know what, like somebody got some kind of root on us or what is going on, but I don't like that teams can come in here and get right, like regardless of who's on the team. Because if you notice, it's regardless of who's on the team. Like teams are able to come in here and get right, and it doesn't fall all on one player. I don't care what anybody says. That's a team thing.
Mm-hmm.
So we got to get better, man. We can't have that, man. It's early in the season again. I'm gonna keep on hammering that home because I think I'm convincing myself at the same time that it's early in the season. It's just like, but you do have to take so much in consideration, especially with the injuries. You just don't have bodies. And coming into on Wednesday, at least I feel like Okonwo will be back. I do believe that'll be a difference maker. Having Okonwo back, that big body, you know, that effort. Another effort player is Okonwo, and he plays big. At least he has so far this season. And I feel like that will help. But Trey's got to have a better shooting night. JJ has to keep attacking JJ. You know, Dyson, keep doing what you do. Get your points when you can. And Ricochet, keep coming along, keep getting better. Stay confident. You know, don't just because you don't see the ball going to the basket, you were 1 for 8 tonight. That's fine. Continue to shoot the ball, continue to do your thing. The points will come.
Yeah, definitely. Especially obviously since they're figuring out their offense, you know,
Right.
post DeJounte, figuring out scoring and things of that nature. It's like I said, it's part of it. Like I said, not gonna be too concerned right now. We'll see how things continue to go. There's no reason to be panic mode. Like, listen, I even said this before we came on here on my Twitter. I was like, some people are gonna make a judgment of this team and say this is the team, and I'm like, this is the team with 4 people, 5 people out. That's kind of a crazy assumption to make, but okay. But you know, like I said, it's early in the season, long way to go. We'll see what happens. We'll see what moves are made. We'll see how they continue to grow through it. Because it's like I said, it's a process.
Right.
And we'll just continue to go from there for sure, my guy. But
I'm not gonna lie to you though, Bryce. When we get through the first quarter of the season, and if we're continuing to seeing the same problems, I'm gonna let it be known. I'm telling you that right now. I'm gonna let it be known.
We about 20 something games in. You have a better idea what this team is for sure.
Yeah, man. I'm trying to tell you because I'm seeing some breadcrumbs that I'm not liking, but of course, it's only 4 games in. Especially on defense, guys not staying with their man, guys not talking, not communicating. It's almost like a scramble drill sometimes, and I believe some people are saying that in the chat as well. And that's why I bring it up because it is breadcrumbs out there. We're just hoping that it doesn't turn, into a whole loaf. So We'll see what happens, y'all.
Yep, we'll have to see what happens for sure. But I think that will probably do it for this post-game live of this game with the Wizards. Chris, let people know where they can find you, man. Let them know.
Hey, man, A1 Forever Sports on YouTube. Please come on over, like, comment, and subscribe, man. We just went over the 2,500 mark for A1 Forever Sports, man. I give all glory to God. Honestly, I thank you, bro. I really appreciate it, man.
Man.
We all work hard on our channels, man. We really do. So, it's always a victory, especially within our community of bros, when something is happening with one another, we all congratulate one another. It's like no one's ever jealous of anybody. Like that's the type of things I want to be around. That's the type of people I want to be around because you're able to grow with each other, so shout out to you, Bryce. Shout out to all the bros in the text thread, Smitty, Berto, everybody, man, that they know who they are, everybody from the Falcon content creator community, Hawks content creator, and even the few Braves that I know. So, and of course, more importantly, shout out to everybody who takes the time out their schedule. They could be anywhere else, but they decide to tune in to Believe in Hawks with Bryce and Chris Tipmore today. Shout out to you guys as well. As far as other platforms, Instagram and Twitter, A1 Forever, and the real A1 Forever on TikTok, as we are over 1,000 followers on TikTok as well now too. So again, thank you all for the support. I really don't like using the subscriber word, so I'm always going to call y'all my supporters, and I appreciate y'all.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Y'all get over to his channel, get over to all his social media, man. Show Chris some love. Absolutely does great work. Football, Falcons, Hawks, anything. Chris on it. Chris is on it, man. But obviously, guys, y'all know Racing 2K Sports across all social media, YouTube as well. First time doing this live streaming on Twitter. So all my Twitter people, appreciate y'all for sure. Showing love. My YouTube people, same thing. Y'all definitely go ahead, hit that subscribe button, like the video, or retweet this if you want to as well on Twitter. This will be out for my audio listeners a little bit later. So y'all, don't worry. I ain't forgot about y'all too. So definitely appreciate everybody tuning in. Obviously, not the result we wanted tonight.
Not at all.
But, we'll see what happens. Obviously, they get a chance to right the wrong. Wednesday, going up to Washington, beating them in their house. What Kirk Cousins said, come in your trap, take over your trap.
Hey, man, we're going to have to. Hey, they did it to us tonight. We got to get some get back.
Yep.
We got to get some freaking get back, y'all. We can't lay down. We can't freaking lay down. Yeah, we got injuries, but we can't lay down.
Yep.
Man, let's get it, man. True to Atlanta.
Yes, sir. So we got to come out there and we got to get a win in Washington. And then we'll go on to our next opponents and go from there, obviously. But like I said, guys, that's all we got here for Believe a Hawks today. I'm Bryce. That's A1 Forever. Chris Tip Moore. We'll see you later.